Live from our studios at One Television Plaza, this is your Mid-Ohio Valley Morning Brief.
Good morning, Mid-Ohio Valley, and thanks for joining us on your morning brief. I'm Emma Grace Myers.
And I'm Henry Grof, and we finally did it. We have made it to Friday.
We made it to Friday, and good things are on the horizon, Henry.
It's only good news from here on out.
When it comes to weather, at least. I don't know about anything else.
Don't want to... Look. So this entire week, me and our director, Austin, we are huge NASCAR fans.
Yes, I'm aware. I think everyone is.
And the thing we have been keeping an eye on for the past several days is that chance of rain. We don't want the Daytona 500 to be rained out.
Again.
It happened last year, but it looks like that chance of rain might be able to hold off until later on in the evening. So that's the good news. Now for us here in the Mid-Ohio Valley, we still have that chance of showers on Sunday, but we're not really going to be expecting that much. Now, we are going to continue to thaw out, so Emma Grace, that ice that's still on the river should at least be completely thawed out by next week.
We can hope.
We can hope. But Valentine's Day, at least, we're going to have some nice weather here. So tomorrow morning, we'll still start off on the cold side in those upper 20s, but towards the afternoon, we get back up into those mid 50s with that increase in cloud cover as that chance for showers return going into Sunday. But if we can get around that, we have some more warmer weather on the way for next week, so a lot to look forward to. But for your forecast today, we're going to be looking at plenty of sunshine this afternoon, only up into the low 40s, but hey, that's a little bit better than the upper 30s, and then into tonight down in the 20s. But Emma Grace, we'll talk about that warm weather for next week and my full forecast coming up in a little bit. But for now, let's take a look at some local headlines.
Yeah, we're going to start off with a growing scam that you should probably be aware of, especially if you're in Washington County, because criminals are posing as law enforcement and threatening arrest unless you pay immediately, often demanding Bitcoin or gift cards. It's a scheme based entirely on fear and manipulation. Sheriff Mark Warden is sounding the alarm and has an important message for residents about how to stay safe.
They'll call up using Deputy Warden's name, saying that you got a warrant for your arrest and or there's fines that needs to be paid. If you don't pay those, you'll be arrested. These scammers, they're good at really good manipulation on the phone. The longer you talk to them, the worse it becomes. If they call you, hang the phone up. If you've fallen victim to this, and you have fell victim to this, give us a call.
Sheriff Warden wants to let the public know that law enforcement will never call you asking for any kind of payment of any kind in exchange for your freedom. I think this wouldn't work on me because I don't like answering the phone.
A lot of young people don't like answering the phone.
I know. It's actually probably one of the things I struggle with most at this job is having to call people or having people call me, and I don't like it. It stresses me out.
So on my phone blocks like scam callers. Now every once in a while it'll at least still come through, but there is a fun YouTube channel I like to watch sometimes online that likes to get these scam callers and then just do weird things on the phone with them just to waste their time. I think the YouTuber's name is Kit Boga, if I remember. And it is a lot of fun because his goal is wasting time with scammers, and then as long as they're still on the phone, that's less time for them to go get their next victim.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at it.
Now, another thing to remember, big red flags, if they ask for Bitcoin, that is obviously a scam. And then also gift cards.
Bitcoin is it doesn't seem like you would ever, why would anyone want it? It doesn't make sense to me. It's fake.
I don't think Washington County is ever going to want to be paid in gift cards. So
the sheriff's department wants a Chili's gift card.
He wants a $50 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. They need that coffee run.
I mean, police do love their donuts, isn't that how it goes?
Yep, that is one of the stereotypes. Well, let's move on to our next story. So the Porterfield Baptist Church is hard at work preparing for their annual Night to Shine event. Night to Shine is a chance for adults with special needs to go to prom. The event will feature a crowning ceremony, so every guest can get a crown. They will show a video from the Tim Tebow Foundation and have a guest speaker share the gospel. Media pastor Adam Farnsworth says the event is designed so everyone can have fun.
I think it's just something that they may not have been able to participate when they're in school or currently for whatever reason, and the way that Tim Tebow and all the churches around the world that kind of help carry it out, the way they just format it just makes it so conducive for all the needs, whether you're in the wheelchair or you're high functioning, you walk in on your own. Everything is just catered to them.
Night to Shine kicks off this evening at 5 p.m. at St. Ambrose Catholic Church in Little Hocking. Now, we've always covered this event over the past several years, and those are always fun because it gets everybody out, like no matter who you are.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what we get from, I don't know who's covering it tonight. I should have looked at the board.
We should have looked at the board to see who's covering it
Someone's
tonight.
covering it. I know they're doing a live shot at 6.
So
I did read
check
that
out the 6 o'clock newscast. I wish we could tell you. I mean, I could just walk out and go look at the board right now.
I can look at my phone. I know it's in my email too, but
we don't need to right now.
Someone's doing it.
But can't wait to hear more about that. And of course, it's also another thing to remember that in a couple of months, high school prom season is going to be coming up. So I know those parents out there are probably thinking about getting ready for that.
I didn't have prom. Well, okay, for 2 reasons. One, my junior year was COVID, so what would have been my junior prom did not happen. And then where I went to high school, we did not have prom. We had something called banquet because I went to a Mennonite high school, and so dancing was kind of like taboo.
Yeah.
So we had a very fancy dinner, and we had like lawn games, but you still like dressed up. Yeah, like cornhole and washers and stuff like that.
I mean, my high school didn't have something like that because we were a huge high school.
Yeah.
Like I think a couple hundred seniors in one class. So
I had 43. 43 people in my graduating senior class.
I know the whole high school population for where I went was about like 5,000, I think. And you can't imagine being a high school that big.
I cannot. No. I mean, your senior class was probably bigger than my K through 12, the K through 12 school I went to high school in. So. Yeah,
we had our whole graduation at the Dayton Flyers basketball stadium.
We had ours on the soccer field outside of my school.
So you can tell the different walks of life we came from. Now, with prom season, that's still far out, but at least that's with warmer weather.
Yes.
But we do have warmer weather on the way, helping to get people outside.
And the mayor of Vienna, Chad Emmerich, is recommending residents take advantage of the parks offered by the city. The city of Vienna offers 4 different park locations, which include Spencer's Park, Spencer's Landing, Jackson Memorial Park, and McDonough Wildlife Refuge. The mayor of Vienna, Chad Emmerich, says the city Parks and Recreation Department has been working to restore full use of each of their locations. Emmerich adds he encourages people in the Mid-Ohio Valley to visit those parks.
So everybody has been experiencing cabin fever because we've all been frozen for the last 3 weeks. Now the weather is starting to turn a little warmer. It is an excellent time to get out and enjoy nature, enjoy being outside, enjoy seeing one another, and enjoy one of our parks.
Emmerich adds a lot of work by city crews went into clearing off ice and snow, but the warmer temperatures have helped with the clearing process.
And maybe you're not able to get outside this afternoon, but do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. 50s, some sunshine. On Valentine's Day, take your significant other outside. Enjoy the day tomorrow.
I will say I'm a frequent attendee of the Jackson Dog Park because it's relatively close to where I live and my dog needs to get outside more.
Yeah, so a lot of the public knows your dog's name, right?
I don't know. Calypso is my dog's name, or Callie is usually what I end up calling her. But we went to the dog park on Tuesday, and there was still a pretty solid layer of snow because we hadn't thawed quite as much. And
it takes some time.
She took quite a few tumbles because I was juking her out with the ball, and she didn't have any footing. So she had to get brushed and a bath when we got home.
But I bet Calypso was very happy to be not stuck inside.
Yes.
And then also not too cold out there as well.
Well, she doesn't mind the cold. I'm the one who hates the cold out of the two of us. But let's move on to some national news, because President Trump issued pardons on Thursday to 5 former NFL players. The 5 are Joe Klecko, once a defensive tackle for the New York Jets, was convicted on insurance fraud in 1993 and sentenced to 3 months in prison. Nate Newton, who played for the Dallas Cowboys, was sentenced to 30 months in prison in 2002 on federal drug trafficking charges. Former Baltimore Ravens and Cleveland Browns player Jamal Lewis was sentenced to 4 months in prison on drug-related charges in 2004. Travis Henry, who played for the Denver Broncos, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to traffic cocaine. And the late Billy Cannon, who played for 3 teams, spent nearly 3 years in prison for his role in a counterfeiting scheme back in 1983.
Now, I bet everybody watching right now will know who those football players are, but between both of us, we don't know who they are.
Do you know a single one of those names?
No.
Okay, good. I don't either.
I can't even, I can only name 2 football players playing right now.
Joe Burrow.
Of course, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
And Drake May, the quarterback for the Patriots, and that's it.
I feel like any football player that I can name because they are dating someone famous. Josh Allen dating Haley Steinfeld.
I did not know that. I didn't even know about Josh Allen.
He is the Bills quarterback? I was correct. Thank you,
Austin was
Director.
able to confirm to us. I guess Travis Kelce, we should know who that is because of Taylor Swift.
We love Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I won't say we. I won't speak for the 2 of us. I love Taylor Swift.
Hold on, we got to ask our director, Austin. Austin, what's your thought about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? He went, eh.
I feel like I can probably, the one that was dating Alex Earl, he plays for the Miami Dolphins. I can't remember his name.
See,
it's like a Brandon, maybe. It's a basic name.
So remember, if you ever need any football thoughts from us, don't.
Just don't, period.
But if you do need some more fun tips to learn about, well, stick around for what's trending. We got some fun stories coming up.
Yeah, the return of McDonald's Shamrock Shake just in time for the St. Patrick's Day season, and some fun astronaut news with NASA and SpaceX, as well as a look with Henry for your full forecast.
Because it's going to get nice and warm next week. So much to look forward to, so stick around.
Now, here's your first alert weather update with meteorologist Henry Grof.
Well, we are going to be looking at warmer weather coming back to the Mid-Ohio Valley because yesterday wasn't as warm as the past couple of days. Instead, we were only able to hit those upper 30s, and that was reported at the Mid-Ohio Valley Airport with those morning temperatures in the 20s. But don't worry, those cold nights we've been dealing with and those not as warm afternoons over the past couple of days, they're going to be left behind now. Today, we will get into those low 40s and into Valentine's Day, back into those 50s, and then we do have that chance of showers going into Sunday. But as we take a look ahead with Futurecast, we're really not going to be seeing that much rain for Sunday. So as we time that out with Futurecast, you can see that decreasing cloud cover for your afternoon, so lots of sunshine to enjoy. And then your Saturday, still quiet, but looking at more cloud cover rolling in late into the day as that low starts to approach. And since it's going to stay far south of us, as we get into Sunday morning, Jackson County starting to see some showers, and then it starts to approach into Wood County. But as you can see, it is looking like it's going to stay mostly along US 50 and down towards the south, with Marietta really not picking up that much rain. Then towards the evening, everything starts to move out of the way. So overall, if anybody is able to get some showers for Sunday, most is just going to stay around a 1/4 inch of rain or less. So that potential for localized flooding as that snow continues to melt really isn't going to be a problem for us throughout that day. And then into next week, we're heading back to that quiet weather and also continuing to look at those well above average temperatures, and even looking at that 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. We're still looking like we're going to stick with that as we get into the last week of February. So a lot of nice weather to enjoy. But for now, we'll look at those 50s coming back Saturday and then into the 60s by at least Tuesday at the earliest. But for your day today, we'll start off in those 20s, and then towards the afternoon, enjoying lots of sunshine. We'll get temperatures back up into those 40s. And into tonight, looking at mostly clear skies, dropping back down into the mid-20s. And for Valentine's Day, looking at just that bit of an increase in cloud cover, but overall it is going to be a fantastic day. Try to get outside and enjoy that. And looking at your 7-day forecast, continuing to stay nice and quiet after those showers on Sunday. Now there is another chance for a few showers on Thursday, but that chance at the moment is on the low end, and we still have some great weather to enjoy even on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, time to take a look at what's trending. Well, I guess earlier we already talked about Daytona 500, so let's start off this morning back down in Florida where the weather is warm and we can talk about space.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about before that neither of us would go into space.
No, I would
For a lot
not.
of reasons. I'm terrified of heights, so that sounds like awful.
It sounds like a nightmare.
Funny. But a SpaceX capsule is set to take 4 astronauts to the International Space Station this morning. The liftoff is from Cape Canaveral Space Station, obviously down in Florida. The mission would bring the orbiting laboratory back to a full staff after months of operating with a skeleton crew. NASA contracts SpaceX for astronaut transport to and from the space station. The International Space Station has been operating with 3 people on board since mid-January. That is well below the 7-person staff the space agency desires. NASA had sought to expedite the launch due to staffing shortage, but the agency had to forego 2 possible launch windows on Wednesday and Thursday due to unfavorable weather along the rocket's flight path.
I could not imagine being on the space station because it is cramped. Now, of course, a lot of people would find it fun, but being in space with just a couple of people, you gotta like those people if you want to be up there.
I think you, me, and Austin could have fun on the space station.
I think we could be able to do that.
I don't think we would survive, but I think we would have fun. I don't think we would live.
So I guess NASA, if you're listening to right now, I mean, we would easily be able to hang out with each other up there, but I don't think we'd be able to make it for that long.
I think we would break something.
Well, let's move on to our next story. This is something that you're obviously not going to be able to break. And so we have the Shamrock Shake. I don't know why I said that. You'll be able to break the cup if you're clumsy. So St. Patrick's Day season means that the return of the Shamrock Shake is finally here. The minty green fan favorite is set to hit McDonald's restaurants on Tuesday. It's been a staple this time of year since 1970. Also returning is the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry, which debuted back in 2020. Mickey D's hasn't said how long it's going to be serving the dessert, but St. Patty's Day is March 17th, so they're likely going to not hang around that long after that. So 60 degrees on Tuesday, I think would be a great time to go get the Shamrock Shake.
You know, I will admit, I'm not a big Shamrock Shake fan, but I do love the Shamrock McFlurry.
You do?
I think if you're having something with mint, it's got to have a chocolate in it too.
I love mint ice cream.
I also like mint ice cream, but it's like mint chocolate chips.
Someone here doesn't like mint ice cream.
Yes, our director.
Our director, he hates it. He says, why would you eat something that tastes like toothpaste?
You know, I will say...
He corrected me, why would you eat something that tastes like toothpaste and chocolate?
You know, I will...
You know what he's missing now? More Shamrock Shake for us.
Yeah, and especially this is something I feel like the Mid-Ohio Valley is not going to know. Cookout I think the closest one, Thomas and I were talking about this, is in Charleston. Cookout is a very southern staple.
Yeah, you were mentioning it earlier. Me and Austin both do not know what Cookout is. The only time we've seen something about it is, of course, in NASCAR.
Yes. Well, at some point, you guys we'll take a trip to Charleston and get you Cookout the same way.
I think we made like a little bit of an exchange between the three of us. We said we would try Cookout, but you have to come up to Columbus with us for Skyline Chili.
Yeah, but they have an Oreo mint milkshake that is so good.
I got to try that.
I think you would like it. I do. I'm a big peanut butter Oreo Cookout milkshake fan, but to each their own, I guess.
To each their own.
But it is time for some fun facts, I suppose.
Yeah, so we talked about space and we also talked about ice cream, but we got to talk about Barbie because that was our Daybreak trivia question for today.
Kind of. It's about Barbie, but it's more so about
Ken.
Because our question was, what year did Mattel first introduce Ken? And the answer is 1961. Now, obviously, we're getting ready for Valentine's Day. And on February 13th of 2004, Barbie and Ken actually split up. I know, drama. Barbie cited that she, quote, didn't want to go through Valentine's Day under false pretenses. This was their first ever breakup, even though they eventually got back together, a power fashion icon. I don't even know what else to call them. I was not a big fan of Ken dolls. I think I had two, but the Barbies were the important part.
Did you see the Barbie movie?
Multiple times, obviously.
What do you think about Ryan Gosling playing Ken?
I think he had the correct brand of no brain cells to play Ken. Ken has to be stupid. That's the only way it works, okay? Especially in that movie. But in all of the Barbie movies, Barbie is the protagonist. Ken is an accessory. Ken is an accessory the same way a purse is an accessory.
Good way to put it, I guess.
I'm sure any girl who played with Barbies would agree with me.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you didn't. I had a 3-story Barbie dream house. This was really important to me. You can't experience it.
And I had a lot of Hot Wheels.
Well, okay, sure. I hope that was enough for you. But we'll end on that note today for your morning brief. But
it is Friday. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend.
And had some fun with us as we debuted Morning Brief this week.
Yeah. We've
had a lot of fun recording
it. It was a lot of fun, and of course, we will see you again Monday for more Morning Brief.
Or,
on Daybreak.
Or today at noon.
Or at noon.
We got a lot of shows, but have a great weekend, everybody.